I found a detailed spreadsheet on my girlfriend's computer where she names and tracks her pet spiders, and now I'm unsure how I feel about her. My girlfriend, 27F, and I, 31M, have been dating for just over a year. I know this sounds so cliché, but she is almost perfect for me. She is really into health and fitness, has an excellent career that she worked really hard for, is great in bed, kind and intelligent. But she lives in a basement suite which is nicely decorated and she keeps very clean. Any of you that have lived in a basement suite before know that, no matter what you do, you get bugs, ants, piddlebugs, beetles and spiders. We live in Australia, by the way. I spend a fair amount of time at her place and noticed right away that there was a spider in almost every corner. I asked her about it and she told me she doesn't kill them because they eat the other bugs. Okay. I did some light research and sure enough she was right. I found it a little creepy but not a deal breaker. Here is where things get weird. About a week and a half ago I was using her computer and noticed a spreadsheet called babies. I curiously got the best of me and opened it. She lovingly named all of the spiders, kills the other bugs and feeds them to the spiders and keeps track of it all in a creepy rear-end spreadsheet. She keeps track of their food, their color, size, web size and some other poo-poo that I didn't really understand. I closed the spreadsheet after I realized what it was about because I felt bad for snooping and was honestly pretty disturbed. I really love her and don't want to break up, but am afraid that this is a sign of mental illness or something. Has anyone ever heard of anything like this before? Should I say something to her? Is it okay for me to ask her to stop? Is this really that big of a deal? Relevant comment number 1. As long as she isn't bulking them up to have a spider fight club, I think you are okay. Yes, it is weird, but I think collecting stamps is weird. I suggest asking her about it. Apologize for snooping and ask her, but don't accuse her, why she enjoys her hobby since it is freaking you out so much. Commenter number 2. Honestly, I think this is an adorably bizarre hobby. Let her have her quirks. This is pretty goddamn harmless in the grand scheme of things. You do realize that people collect spiders, right? It's a legit and perfectly acceptable hobby. If the spiders were in cages, you probably wouldn't think twice about this. She's basically just a free-range spider collector. Big whoop. Commenter number 3. I had a huntsman in my house for about 6 months. I named him Jeffrey. I was absolutely terrified of spiders since I was little, so having Jeffrey around was great. I learned that he didn't want to bother me at all. I watched him hunt. It was super interesting. Learning about your fears is an awesome way to confront them. Perhaps this is what OP's girlfriend is doing. Either way, it's a pretty awesome way to learn about them. Update, 3 weeks later. So I took all of your advice and tried to embrace this part of her life. It was our anniversary last week and I decided to get her a spider-themed gift. I was at the mall and one thing led to another and I ended up buying her a pet tarantula and an aquarium for it. She loved it, but then I noticed the beloved spiders disappearing from around her apartment over the last few days. I asked her about it and turns out she's been killing them and feeding them to her new tarantula. I don't know how I feel about this. First she is calling them babies and now she is killing them. Arg, I'm just trying not to think about it and hoping she doesn't find a better BF to feed me to one day. Lolo well. Edit. Someone sent me a helpful message about spider food and care etc. And it occurred to me that she might not be able to afford real food for it. Although she has a higher salary than me, she is aggressively trying to pay off student loans so has virtually no extra money. I'm going to buy her a gift card for the pet store tomorrow. Thanks Reddit. Relevant comment. That was a thoughtful gift. Good job. Big spiders eat little spiders. I wouldn't worry too much about it. She has a real pet spider now, one that you gave her. It sounds like you solved the problem of having wild spiders walking around the apartment and you made your girlfriend happy. Everybody wins. Commenter number 2. Lol, you gifted her the spider so it is something that is way more important to her than the so-called babies. Take this as a sign of her love for you. OP, I hope so. Thanks. She named it Fluffy and, unfortunately, takes it out of its cage quite often. She will hold it while we are watching movies on the couch lol. I pretend not to be afraid of it.